6. I mean, you know, it was a competitive fight, but Bam was dominating the fight, and then he came back with a knockdown. Pretty much every card's going to be a 10-8 with that, even though he probably won the round outside of it. But you know, it was starting to get a little bit competitive. But I think to not have Bam winning the fight at the time of stoppage is quite incredible.
I think Chavez was the Mexican judge, because every round he was winning. I was hearing him right there next to us, and they were giving guy every round. So I think Chavez was the judge.
He did leave kind of early.
Huh?
He did leave kind of early.
Who did?
Chavez, as soon as they announced the winner, he left the arena.
Well, I don't know. I'm telling you, because he every round, we hear everything they're talking, and every round was going to Gallo, from Chavez scorecards. But hey, it was a competitive fight. Let's do a rematch.
This is for Robert and Bam. The 7th round, even though you got the knockout, you seemed way more defensive and responsible than you were before the knockdown. Was there a kind of come to Jesus moment in the corner between rounds to say, hey, you got to focus more on defense?
Yeah. When I got dropped, I got too careless. Robert was telling me, probably the round before, I think, just to stay calm, keep doing what I was doing, and I just got too comfortable, to be honest, and I got caught with a good shot.
Congratulations on your win tonight. Great performance. You are of the great this weight class. Question: you say after the fight you won the winner between Puma Martinez and Kazuto Yoka. Do you plan to unify to become undisputed the whole division?
Definitely. I believe they're fighting for 2 belts. So if I were to fight them and win that fight, there's only 1 belt left, and if it presents itself, then I'll be more than happy to step inside the ring with the champion of the WBO.
Second question: how can you help spar against Chocolatito?
What's that?
How much help to you sparring against Chocolatito?
Yeah, Chocolatito, the sparring with him, it was probably the perfect sparring I could have got for this camp. He's been inside the ring with the starter 3 times, so he knows the starter better than anybody else. So I'm very thankful for those rounds, and I want to give a shout out to Chocolatito for the 3 sparring sessions we had.
Thank you.
Bam, can you talk about all the training that you did for this fight? How did that match the reality of what you saw in the ring tonight? And then follow-up question, were you actually surprised to hear him say that he wants the rematch given what happened in the ring tonight?
I'm not really surprised. Gallo is a legend, he's a warrior, so of course he's going to want to get back and try to beat me, but I'm only getting better from here on out, so.
This is Lalo Boxing. Where do you rate this victory among all your other victories?
I believe this is my best one, just because of the opponent I had in front of me. Gallo started, like I said, just right now he's a legend. He used to be on the pound rankings for a very long time, and for me to go out there and dominate him the way I did, it just says a lot about my performance, my talents.
Congratulations, Omedeto. So what do you think of the Ioka Martinez fight? Who do you think is going to win?
That's a great fight. I think Ioka, he's a little too technical for Martinez, so I think Ioka will come out with the victory.
Oh, obviously there is a big market in Japan. Would you like to fight in the future in Japan, or would you like to fight here?
No, I would love to fight in Japan. I've been out there a few times. I've been to the boxing matches out there as well, and it's a different atmosphere, so I would love to go out there and fight whoever.
Hey Ben, Chaz with Dose of Boxing. How were you able to quickly shake off that first knockdown that you had, and what were you able to tap into in order to change any tactical positions against him in order to win the fight?
Yeah, it was just a flash knockdown. I knew right away. I already knew when I was going down that it was a flash. I was already smiling, I think, and then I just got back up and stuck to the game plan. I just didn't stick to the game plan, and I got caught with a good shot. That's what happens. These are championship fights, so I got to stay at the top of my game. It's just a learning experience.
Hey, Robert, I want to ask you a question. What was going through your mind, right here? What was going through your mind when your fighter got knocked down, and what instructions did you give him?
You know what? Right, the round before the knockdown, we did tell him, we can't, have you get a little too confident. because I noticed there was those moments where he was landing, and he got a little confident, you know, especially the straight right hand. But we reminded him, and he went out and, you know, just went out there too confident, thinking, because he was telling us he's got no power, I don't feel his power, and you know, it happens in boxing, you know, he got caught. But good thing is he listened after that, he paid attention. I knew it wasn't I knew it was just a flash knockdown, because the way he got up and the way he smiled and looked at us, you know, I was confident that, you know, he would actually go out there and probably win the rest of the round, you know, so I was confident, I was good.
You gave his brother his flowers after getting dropped for the first time in your career, saying you were able to hang in there with the legend. But now, after stopping him, what does that make you?
The legend slayer.
Yesé, acá, para el boxeo. El Consejo Mundial de Boxeo tiene en este momento un campeón interino de las 115 libras, que es Pedro Guevara, también mexicano. En caso de que el Consejo Mundial de Boxeo les pidiera a ustedes que respetaran esa pelea mandatoria, ¿le darías la oportunidad nuevamente a Pedro Guevara de Mazatlán, Sinaloa?
So, Jesse, I wondered if you could answer this question. It's regarding the WBA interim title, WBC interim title, and the person who holds it, Pedro Guevara. I'm wondering if you were asked to take that fight and that became your mandatory, would you give this fighter the opportunity?
I mean, I'm here to fight anybody, but honestly, that's a step down. I want to unify the division, so I want the winner by Open Martinez.
Bam, congrats on the win. When we were here 2.5 years ago, I told Chris Algieri that you were the best fighter I've ever seen come out of Texas in all the years I've been doing this, even better than Spence, and he laughed at me. Thanks for proving me right. I appreciate that.
I got you, man.
You've got 3 wins over legends now. You got a win over Sonny Edwards. How important is it to you where, you know, the media and the boxing world ranks you on that pound-for-pound list?
At first, I didn't really care, to be honest, but once I was first put on it, it was, I mean, it happened right after I beat Sonny, and to be put on the pound-for-pound list, I felt better about that than actually winning the fight. So just to stay on the pound-for-pound list means a lot to me. To be on the list with great fighters, it's an honor.
First and foremost, Bam, I just want to congratulate you. A phenomenal performance, probably the best one of your career thus far. Robert, wanted to ask you, obviously we've seen Bam look sensational against the top, highlight real knockouts with that uppercut. We got that knockdown today, but it was the body shots that made Gallo quit. We've heard Shakur Stevenson praise Bam from their sparring 8-9 years ago, and it was specifically the body shots. Obviously, you being with Bam day in, day out, what do you think is Bam's best weapon, if you will?
You know what, I think every punch he throws is great. You know, his best weapon, I do like body shots, and he could tell you every round I was telling him, let's invest a little in some body shots, let's break him down with body shots. And you know, the good thing is that he listens. You know, I know he throws very good body shots, but I love those uppercuts he throws, you know, especially when he moves to the side, left or right, and lands those uppercuts. I think that to me that's my favorite. But you know, this time around was a nice body shot, and you know, Gallo couldn't get up, so gotta like that one too.
You mentioned in the ring about it being a fantasy fight, but at this stage of your career, what does it mean to you to just be even mentioned in the same breath as fighters like Inoue?
I mean, it's badass. A 115-pounder, he's 122, so to be mentioned with him it just goes to show how talented I am.
Couple more, guys.
Question for Robert. What do you thought about Art's performance tonight?
I didn't even know we got fighters on the undercard. I just kidding. You know what? It was a good learning experience. Also, tough fight. The kid fought really good. I congratulated him too because he fought a great fight. You know, had a little trouble the first few rounds, but you know, we kept telling him we got to be a little bit more active, a little bit busier, and he listens. You know, he listened and started picking it up. But yeah, no, it was an easy fight. It was a pretty tough fight. You know, I got respect to our opponent also.
Hey Eddie, traditionally, like the lighter weights, they haven't made a ton of money, but you're such a creative promoter. Do you have some ideas where you can really maximize everything that he can earn and everything he can do based on his skill?
Yeah, I mean, he's doing well. He's done well. He's 24. So, you know, I think the thing about Bam is he's not really interested in meaningless fights. So that's always going to help, you know, in terms of the numbers, because they're always going to be big fights. And what we're doing is we're consistently building the numbers and the crowd. You know, we started off quite small in San Antonio. We come here, you know, we did double the numbers tonight that we did against Edwards. And I think we continue to build that. I mean, I couldn't believe the reception that Bam got here tonight. Don't forget, he's from San Antonio, Texas, and it was like he was from Phoenix. Yeah. Now, we know there was a huge amount of Mexican fans here, but the atmosphere was incredible. So I think his stock continues to grow. Yes, he's in the smaller weight class, but that's why I keep asking for the respect amongst the names of Crawford and Inoue and Usyk. I believe he's that same kind of mould as those fighters. So, you know, it's difficult commercially to build it, but DAZN are supporting him. He's doing great numbers. That show, that fight would have done huge numbers for DAZN tonight. Did very well at the gate. And you know, although we always need a good dance partner, he's building his own brand. And it's just the beginning, really.
Bam, what do you think about Doug Fisher, the editor of Ring Magazine, saying that you're going to move up more than one spot in the pound-for-pound list?
I think so. That was something that was being said before the fight, especially if I were to stop him. Definitely top 5 now.
This question is for
last
Eddie.
question, guys. Last question.
David with More Boxing, no problem. This is for Eddie Hearn. Would we consider Bam a great contender to be a part of another card for another possible 5v5 with another promoter?
I hope so. We might win one. Yeah. I mean, look, you know, just the thing about the 5v5 was that the aim was to be competitive. You know, if I start putting Bam, you know, Boots, you know, all these great fighters in, then Andy Cruz, you know, we're going to win more than 0 fights. But you know, I think that His Excellency, in all seriousness, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh would have been watching tonight, and he knows his boxing, and he knows great fighters. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Jesse Bam Rodriguez with a little trip to Saudi Arabia at some point as well. I think that'd be nice to tick on the list as well. Guys, I just want to say thanks so much for your support. It was an incredible night tonight, from top to bottom, the whole week. We always feel so welcome here in Phoenix. The atmosphere is so great, everyone's so knowledgeable. So thank you to the Footprint, thank you to DAZN, and well done, Jesse Rodriguez, new WBC and Ring Magazine champion. Well done.
Was it as easy as you thought, Bam? That was easy work.
Congrats. Way to go, bro. Way to go. Thank you. So much.
Oh, no. Well, I'm glad you sit back. Get on the
Hey, Lalo, what'd you think of the fight, man? Don't hiss me.
Amazing fight, man.
Yeah, here we go. We got a guy right here.
Great job.
Las Vegas Leon.
Easily a pound for pound star. I mean, like you heard Eddie, man. Hopefully he'll be in Saudi Arabia soon, y'all.
That's real talk.
Bam on the biggest stage.
On the huge stage. What about you, Lalo?
It was a great fight, man. You know, Bam's the future. That's all you gotta say to it, man. He's the truth.
And you, what'd you think of the fight? Badass. Get a little bit of Eddie.
Must be the youngest ever Ring Magazine champion. The youngest ever on the pound for pound list? I don't know, maybe.
It's easy to make that fight between Jesse Rodriguez and the winner.
I hope so. I hope so. It depends if they want to make the fights, if they want to see the best be the best. Sometimes people want to do that, some people want to avoid fights, but you know, we know there's a big market for the smaller weight classes in Japan, but there's also a big market here in Phoenix, and like I said, maybe even in Saudi Arabia.
You're not so bright with Phoenix, right?
I mean, look, you know, we did like, I don't know, 9,000 tonight or close to. Next time, who says we can't do 10, 11? You know, we may do the rematch. You know, we'll have to see. But
there's a Klaus, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Eddie, just switching up here real quick, you know, going over what's going on lately. Have you talked to